The phone slipped from my hand and shattered against the kitchen tile. Screen spiderwebbing like the fracture in my chest. I didn't bend to pick it up. I couldn't. The video was still playing in my mind. Jake's exhausted face, eyes bloodshot, lips cracked from 14 hours on the construction site, and my voice light, cruel, mocking him to the camera. Look at this zombie, guys. He's basically dead. Bet he'll sleep through our anniversary tomorrow. The comments had exploded. 2.3 million views. And then at the bottom of the thread, a single reply from @SarahWeathen_. He wasn't sleeping when he was with me last night. I stood in the dark apartment, the only light coming from the fridge I'd opened and forgotten. The cold air kissed my bare arms, raising gooseflesh. The smell of leftover lasagna clung to the room, Jake's favorite, the one I'd made to apologize for the video before he even saw it. I'd meant it as a joke. A stupid viral joke. We'd laughed about worse. Hadn't we? My pulse thudded in my ears. I replayed the night before. Jake had come home at 2 a.m., boots caked in dried mud, shoulders sagging like wet cement. He'd kissed my forehead, whispered, "Missed you," and collapsed on the couch. I'd been editing the TikTok, headphones on, giggling at how perfectly I'd captured his zombie shuffle. He'd never even looked at the phone. Now Sarah's comment burned behind my eyes. I grabbed the broken phone, glass slicing my thumb. Blood smeared the cracked screen as I typed her handle into Instagram. Private account. But the profile picture, her arm around Jake's neck, both of them laughing in front of the neon sign at the Rusty Anchor. The bar he'd told me he hated. The bar he'd said was too loud for old men like me. I sank to the floor, back against the cabinets. The linoleum was cold through my thin pajamas. My mind raced, stitching together fragments I'd ignored. The way he'd started charging his phone in the bathroom. The late-night inventory checks at work. The new cologne, cedar and something sharp. That wasn't the drugstore brand he'd worn since college. I teased him about it. Fancy now, huh? He'd grinned, sheepish. Trying to keep up with you. The apartment felt too quiet. No hum of the fridge. No creak of the couch where he usually snored. Just my breathing, shallow and fast. I opened the video again. There, paused at 007, his hand on the small of my back, thumb tracing circles like he always did when he was too tired to speak. The same hand that had held Sarah's waist in that photo. I called him. Straight to voicemail. His voice gravelly from exhaustion. "Hey, it's Jake. Leave a message or text. I'm probably up on a scaffold somewhere." I hung up. Texted instead, "We need to talk. Now." The message showed delivered. Then read. No dots. No reply. The clock on the stove blinked 3:17 a.m. I paced, bare feet sticking to the floor where I'd spilled wine earlier. The bottle was still open, half empty, lipstick on the rim. I'd been celebrating the video's traction. Brands sliding into my DMs. Sponsorship offers. I'd imagined telling Jake over breakfast how we could finally fix the leaking roof, maybe take that trip to Iceland he'd bookmarked on his phone. My phone buzzed. Not Jake. Sarah. A DM request. I accepted before I could think. He's not who you think he is. Attached was a photo. Jake in their bed, her bed. Sheets tangled around his waist, mouth open in sleep. The scar on his ribs, the one from the scaffolding accident last year, gleamed pale in the flash. My stomach lurched. I ran to the bathroom, retched into the toilet. The taste of bile and Merlot burned my throat. I splashed water on my face. The mirror showed a stranger. Eyes swollen, mascara streaked like war paint. I looked like the villain in my own story. The girl who'd mocked her boyfriend for the world to see. Who'd laughed while he worked himself to death. Who'd missed every sign because she was too busy chasing clout. Another message from Sarah. He said you didn't understand him anymore. That you were always on your phone. I laughed, a sharp, ugly sound. The irony tasted metallic. I opened my camera roll. Scrolled back months. There, Jake asleep on the couch, my thumb in the frame giving a thumbs up. Caption, my personal snoring machine. 87K likes. Another, him burning toast, me filming from behind, voiceover. Domestic bliss, everyone. The comments always called him a good sport. He's a saint. Marry him already. I'd never asked if he wanted to be filmed. I just assumed. Like I'd assumed he'd laugh at the zombie video. Like I'd assumed he was happy. The front door clicked. I froze. Jake's keys clinked into the bowl by the door. His boots thudded against the mat. He appeared in the kitchen doorway, silhouetted by the hallway light. He looked older, the lines around his eyes deeper. His flannel shirt was wrinkled, smelling of sawdust and something floral, her shampoo. "Hey," he said softly. "Saw your text. What's wrong?" I held up the phone. The screen glowed with Sarah's photo. His face drained of color. He didn't move, didn't speak, just stared like I'd shot him. "Jake," I whispered. My voice cracked. "Tell me it's not true." He opened his mouth, closed it. His hands clenched at his sides. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this." The words hit harder than any slap. I laughed again, hysterical. "Find out? You didn't mean for me to find out? You've been," I gestured wildly at the phone, "sleeping with her while I'm here making lasagna and filming your fucking exhaustion for strangers to laugh at?" His eyes filled. Actual tears. "You stopped seeing me, Liv. You see the content. The tired guy. The joke. Not me." "That's not fair," I choked. "You never said." "I tried." His voice broke. "Every time I came home you were editing, posting, laughing at comments. I'd sit right there," he pointed to the couch, "and you wouldn't even look up." Sarah listened. She asked about my day. She didn't film me falling asleep with my boots on. I sank to the floor again. The glass from my phone crunched under my knee. Blood welled up, mixing with the wine stains. "So this is my fault?" "No," he knelt in front of me, hands hovering like he wanted to touch me but couldn't. "It's mine. I was lonely, and angry, and so damn tired. But I never stopped loving you." The room spun. I saw us at 22 broke college kids sharing a futon, dreaming of a house with a porch. I saw him carrying me over the threshold of this apartment, both of us laughing because the door stuck. I saw the zombie video again, his hand on my back, thumb circling. Love in the smallest gesture. I looked at him now. The man I'd mocked to millions. The man who'd betrayed me because I'd stopped seeing him. "I'm deleting everything," I said. My voice sounded far away. "The account. The videos. All of it." He nodded slowly. "I ended it with her. Tonight. Before I saw your text." I searched his face for lies. Found only exhaustion and regret. "Why didn't you just talk to me?" "Because I was scared," he whispered. "Scared you'd choose the followers over me." The silence stretched. Outside, a siren wailed. Inside, the fridge hummed back to life. I reached for his hand. His fingers were calloused, familiar. He flinched, then let me hold it. "I don't know how to fix this," I said. "Me neither." His voice cracked. "But I want to try. If you do." I looked at the broken phone, the blood on the floor, the lasagna congealing in the dish. At the man who'd shattered me and the woman who'd shattered him back. At the life we'd built on likes and exhaustion. I squeezed his hand. "Start by telling me her shampoo scent. I need to know what I'm up against." He laughed, a wet, broken sound. "Lavender. She uses the cheap stuff from the dollar store." I nodded. "Good. I hate lavender." We sat there until dawn, hands clasped over the wreckage, two people trying to unmock a love that had never really been a joke.